Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back. Novak Djokovic is the 2022 Wimbledon champion. He managed to defeat Nick Kyrgios in 4 sets. He has won his 7th title at the All England Club Wimbledon, the most prestigious tennis tournament in my opinion. And how did he win? He beat Nick Kyrgios in 4 sets. We have seen the usual pattern in this tournament. Novak loses the first set. Even though he didn't play that terrible in the first set like he has done in many of his previous round matches, he actually played great tennis, but Nick was just a little bit better in the first set. And Novak Djokovic only did 5 unforced errors in the first set, so that's great numbers. And Nick Kyrgios, what can we say? He really tried. Novak Djokovic was just the much better player in this final. Nick wasn't nervous. Nick didn't have the stability, the consistency, the shot tolerance to take out Novak Djokovic. He tried. He got plenty of chances in the second and the third set, but he couldn't convert those break points. He only converted 1 out of 6 break points, while Novak took care of 2 out of 4, and that was enough. Novak Djokovic lost the first set, and Nick Kyrgios really served great. He couldn't touch Nick's serve. Nick was, when he was in that mode, when he got that flow in his serve, it was difficult for Novak. Even though Novak put many of the balls in play, the point 3 was very difficult for Novak to create something. He tried to put the ball in play, but Nick Kyrgios did everything right by all means in the first set. If you look at the stats first, Novak Djokovic won 82% behind his first serves and 61% behind his second serve. Nick won 70% behind his first serves and 53% behind his second serve. So Novak was the much better guy in that department. He won more points behind his serves. And Nick, like I said in my preview, he's dependent on his serve. He needs to win more points on his serve to actually be a threat, because he can play from the baseline, but it's Djokovic we are talking about. Djokovic did 46 winners and 17 unforced errors. Meanwhile, Nick numbers were much higher in the when it comes to winners. He did 62 winners, but he did twice as much as the unforced errors. And Novak Djokovic, he did 33 unforced errors, so that's pretty much more than double that Novak did. So Novak, he played smart in this match. He just played tight. He didn't allow Nick to create too many winners, and he played rock solid defense from the baseline. And he didn't do so many unforced errors during this match. Only 17, 5 in the first set, 4 in the second set, only 2 in the critical third set, and 6 in the last set that went to a tie break where he was the more clutch player, of course. Nick had his chances. In the second set when Novak was up 5-3, Novak was serving for the match. Nick had 3 break points. He didn't manage to convert none of them. And in the third set, when they were tied 4-4, Nick had he was up 40-love in his serve, but Novak came back and broke him. So the second set went 6-3 to Novak. The third set was over, and it was 6-4 for Novak. And in the fifth set, none of them broke each other, and they went to a tie break where we all know that Novak is the big match, play like it is. Novak changed the game plan of the match. He changed the course of the match after the first set again, like he did against Cameron Norrie, like he did against Kwon, like he did against Van Riethoven, the Dutch guy. When he dropped that set, he managed to find solution. In the second, third, and fourth set, Novak started to read Nick Kyrgios' serve more and more and put the ball in play. And from there, he took care of the torch. He was dictating the match. In the first set, Nick was dictating the match. Nick, by all means, he really tried, but he couldn't stand Novak's defense. Novak's shot tolerance was just too much, and in the end, he leaked unforced errors, unfortunately, especially in those critical moments when they really had chance to broke back and take the commando in second and the first set. He couldn't. Novak did it again, like he has done many times. This is not by far one of his best Grand Slam tournaments if you look at all of his 7 matches, but he played the best match when it most mattered in the final. He really showed the world, and especially Nick Kyrgios should take this experience and think about how you win a Grand Slam. Novak didn't do more than he had to in this Grand Slam tournament. After the 3 sets defeat against Kokenakis and Kecmanovic, he had dropped a set in every of the other single matches that he has played. So Novak Djokovic didn't win this campaign in the most fashion or convincing way, but still he showed why is the best grass court player. He has won his 7th title. He's won by Roger Federer. He has equaled Pete Sampras, the legendary Pete Sampras record. And he's one behind Rafael Nadal. He has 21 Grand Slams now. And actually, in my opinion, and we all know, if he doesn't participate in US Open, if he is banned due to these COVID rules, this was his only chance of collecting a Grand Slam this year. And he did that. He took that like a true master, the master of masters. He managed to take that title. It's not just go out and collect a trophy. It's really hard work. You need mental strength, and you need to be focused in those 7 matches over 5 sets and do your job like Novak did. For Novak, these 2 weeks has been not a walk in the park. It has been a day at work, a hard day work for Novak Djokovic. It was a hard day work for him, but still I believe that Novak wasn't pushed that much. He was maybe pushed against some of the opponent, like Sinner. Maybe the Dutch guy did a great job. Nick tried, but didn't have the force, the power, the stamina. Because we know that if this match were going to decide, Novak will not be tired. He loves those 5 sets battle. Nick has had his extra days of rest. But Nick was pale in some situation. He outworked himself. He was ranting again in set 2 and 3. He was talking to his box in a negative way. That took some energy off from him, some focus off from him. And what did he do? He just took that and thanked the Nick Kyrgios for giving him that kind of present early, because we all know that nothing bothers Novak if you have the crowd against him. If he has his opponents, these mental games are nothing for Novak Djokovic. He's really a true champion, a clutch player, like we have said. So the champion of Wimbledon 2022 is Novak Djokovic. And how did he win this tournament? Was it by grace? Was it by playing brilliant? No, in my opinion. He just played a little bit above his average level. And that is a receive of how good this big free player has been through the last 20 years. Novak won this Grand Slam even though he was not near 80% of his prime, in my opinion. Novak still managed to be the last man standing, and I lift my hat off for that, because it's an wonderful, unbelievable achievement once again from Novak Djokovic. Yeah, you can say he didn't have a great draw. Yeah, he had an easy draw, blah, 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 all that bullshit. You look, if you're number 1 seeded, you deserve the best draw. It was not a cakewalk draw. It was not a walk in the park. We saw that. Novak struggled bad. But since he is in such a beast, he's a player that plays his best tennis under pressure. And when you really have to, he did that. Nick Kyrgios, on the other hand, he could have returned a little bit better. I was a little bit disappointed how he returned in this match. In the longer rallies, he didn't move that great on court, and he came late into the situations, and that caused unnecessary unforced errors. His forehand didn't work tremendously good in like it has done through this tournament. He served great, but not as great he has done in the first 5 matches I played. I think that Novak, when he learned to read his serve, when he put the ball in play. It was frustrating for Nick to play that extra ball. When the ball was in play, you know that Novak Djokovic, it wasn't benefit for Novak Djokovic. So Nick Kyrgios should have taken that second or first set to really make a better contest out of this match. Nick didn't play his best match of the tournament, but not his worst. So all credits to Novak Djokovic. He really exposed Nick Kyrgios' game, the weaknesses that he had. He didn't do so many unforced errors. He really closed that gap and played very tight. So Nick had to do something special. And since Nick's Kyrgios firepower and first strike tennis wasn't on top, you can't beat Novak. You can't beat Novak, especially in a Grand Slam final. So all in all said, big congratulations to Novak Djokovic for his 7th Grand Slam title at Wimbledon. He's 21 overall. And to Serbia and all of his fans all around the world. And a tremendously well done performances through the tournament, also from Nick Kyrgios' racket and himself. I really am a little bit surprised he has matured. He played great tennis, even though he didn't have to face Nadal in the semifinal. Still, Nick Kyrgios was the second best player in this tournament, in my opinion, and nothing can take that away from him. Even if he doesn't reach another Grand Slam final in his career, this was a testimony that Nick always has the talent, and now that he put in the hard work, he could sow the fruits of the seeds that he put into this tournament. And maybe we'll see more of him in the future. I doubt that, but I will let him and his racket talk, like Novak Djokovic and his racket did the talking today. He let his racket talk today, and his game and his brilliant strategically in mind, how he executed those points and how he really moved Nick Kyrgios around the court. He played smart, he played tricky, he sliced it there with some curb, so Nick Kyrgios couldn't reach that. He served out wide. He did tremendously spot serving here. He won a lot of points by his first and second serve, and you see that in the stats. So Novak Djokovic really knew how to play, how he was going to execute his match. His game plan was tremendously great, and he struck gold with it. All right, thank you for watching this video. Take care and bye-bye.